welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Kara. Today we're going to make and create a magical Yule altar. We're going to look at my setup and go through some ideas that you could use for your winter solstice Yule altar. There is no right or wrong when making an altar, but these are just some of the ideas that we could use for this season. This is my current altar. I'm just gonna clean it off first and get rid of everything. This is my drum that I use for journeying, a feather that I use for cleansing, and these are the masks to the right side I also use for journeying. Represented for the winter season, the masculine, the divine masculine, the horn god. I use various crystals. It's my bones for reading. Many crystals. I've been working with labradorite for a very long time. It's been with me for a few years. That crystal wants me to be with it. I have some antlers here, my smudge pot, some crystals, a star, and some antlers that was given to me with some runes on it that no one can decipher. It's good, even though you may have just cleansed your altar yet a month ago like myself, it's good to give everything a clean. Dust everything off, clean all your smudge off. Here I'm using a chakra spray. This consists of sweetgrass and peppermint essential oil. Giving my altar a cleanse and putting back down my leather. Now you can start off with an altar cloth. You could use, let's say, a deep green or a royal blue cloth to represent the colors of the winter and the night sky. You could use red, yellow, or orange to represent the coming sun. You could use seasonal symbols. I'm using antlers here that has been found or gifted to me. You could incorporate symbols like mistletoe, acorns, poinsettias into your altar arrangement. These are my recent globes that I made, some crystal balls that I just had to put on my altar for this season. I'm using a Yule horn here, not just a Yule horn, but my Norse horn. And that is my symbol of a cauldron or chalice that I could use. To include a cauldron or chalice, you can fill it with warm spiced cider or any seasonal beverages. It represents the element water and the warmth of the season to come. I'm using the divine masculine statue and divine feminine statue here as well. And I'm going to include these figurines for like the winter and the summer to come. Also represents the sun and the moon, the god and the goddess. Now it's fun to use a little bit of fairy string lights around your altar, create a little magical and enchanting atmosphere. These ones are just absolutely fun, and I really wish I would have decorated my altar with fairy lights before, because I can't get enough. I'm just like, I sleep with the lights on right now, these little magical lights, because I have my altar in my bedroom. And these just create such a warm, beautiful, cozy glow off of it. This is this year's wishing cones I just put down to the left there. My stag in the center, and a bunch of crystals all around my smudge pot. Now each season or Sabbath I pull out a new tarot card and I use the major arcanas. And they are a representation of the planets and the zodiacs. I'm going to use the moon and the sun for this Sabbath's lessons. And I like to bring in my singing bowls. Now I choose differently every time. So this time I'm color coordinating my singing bowls with blue for the moon and yellow for the solar for the sun. Also, for that represents the throat chakra and the solar chakra. So maybe communication I can work on with some sacral, some solar energy. Yeah, and And here's my beautiful wand. Now I have everything to represent on my altar: earth, air, fire, water. Adding some more lights here. Now there's many little different things you could use on your altar. Not only you could use the crystals like a clear quartz, which I've used here. You could use a citrine or garnet on the altar for the energies associated with light, warmth, protection, or the sun. A wreath you could use, or a sun wreath. Hang a Yule wreath on the wall behind the altar. You could also use evergreen branches, pine cones, holly berries, and create a festive seasonal touch. I'm using my pine cones here that are from British Columbia, Canada, from Whistler one time when I was there working away. I brought those ones back with me. If possible, use a Yule log. A little miniature one is one that I've made. You can place one on the altar and either use a real log or create a symbolic one from a candle wax or clay. You can decorate it with symbols of the season. You could use evergreen decorations. Adorn the altar with evergreen branches such as pine, cedar, or symbolize the life continuing during the winter months. You could use incense and essential oils like frankincense, myrrh, cinnamon. Any sensory experience that you want to have on your altar, rock it, my friends. I'm using copal here with a mixture of mugwort and sage and rose petals. This is one of my favorite blends that I designed myself. I love this blend. So anything from seasonal symbols to crystals to a chalice to cauldron, a sun wreath, symbols of the sun, a Yule log, evergreen directions, candles. Your altar cloth can sing a different tune of the colors you'd like. The colors of your candles, white, silver, gold, red, anything you would like to symbolize the light over darkness. You can arrange them in a circle or you can put them in candle holders. Well, thank you so very much for chilling out with me today. As always, it is a pleasure to hang out with you, and I wish you an absolutely magical Yule.